Welcome to another episode of Northeast 360. Today we are going to talk about lighting, illumination. So, this has been kind of a few years of figuring out what I liked and what I don't like. We're going to take you through very expensive headlamps to very expensive flashlights to battery carriers, even to alternative illumination. So we're going to start off with just regular torches. This is a run-of-the-mill Rayovac. I believe it was a flashlight headlamp duo. It was $19. I will try and put links to Amazon. This is a Home Depot special. I keep it in the glove compartment of the car just as a quadruple spare blase flashlight. Has a few different modes: bright, medium, off. Takes standard batteries, AAA's, your run-of-the-mill flashlight. Durable, good. Had it for years. No real complaints other than, it really isn't anything special in the lighting department. It's not very bright. What I do for my day job requires me to have a flashlight. Sometimes several lighting options, including my weapons light. On duty, I carry a Fenix flashlight. It is 1,000 lumens of completely blind you. Is adjustable. It has all the settings, including the giggle switch. It has a thumb finger hook. This allows you to be in a defensive stance with your flashlight and still be able to use it. Momentary, always on, and control a firearm or some sort of other weaponry. Maybe it's mace, you're out jogging, boom, you can blind someone, temporarily stun them, hit them with some mace, make distance and get away. It has a strike bezel that you can hit somebody with and use it as a secondary blunt object. Hugely expensive flashlight. Fenix, super durable. You can see the wear on it. I've had it for 5 years, and it is rock solid. 1,000 lumens does eat up batteries. It takes the CR123 batteries, those oddballs. But for a $100 light, rock solid all day long. Bet my life on it. Now, when I'm not in uniform, I have started to carry a Streamlight. They are rock solid lights as well. They're not made in America. Like most of these are all either made in China or, pardon me, if the camera moved, that was my dog, Lobo. Excellent light. This is 550 lumens. Has all the same options. Has a robust clip. You can go in a hat if you wanted to as a makeshift headlamp or a belt clip. Excellent flashlight. Moderately priced. Takes 123 batteries. Warranted. The whole 9 yards. This runs roughly for about $45 on Amazon. Now, for $55, I ended up getting 2 flashlights, both Streamlights. This is my backup light that I keep in my bailout bag. For whatever reason, I forget a flashlight when I'm on duty, working. I have something. Now, this is only 150 lumens. Sorry, this is 200 lumens. It's enough. It's enough to be blinding and pitch black with the giggle switch on. robust clip, good quality, solid. Does have a strike bezel. That would definitely hurt. But it's more of a backup light for me. Now this at full blast will burn through its AA batteries very, very quickly. Hence why we tend to go with the 123 batteries. They last a little longer and they're a little bit more potent. Now we'll get to in a minute why I picked this versus just another one of these lights. There is a reason. I'll let you know when we get to other devices. Now, is this perfectly fine for your car? Absolutely. Would I want something a little bit more robust? Not necessarily, because usually I have a flashlight on me, but say the wife borrows my car, somebody else borrows my car, there's a lighting thing in there. You know, hey, something went boom, flat tire, all these different things. There's always a reason for it. Hey, light up, you know, an address I can't see out the side window. Good things. Signal a car away from you if you need to. Good to have a flashlight. Always have a backup. And my backups, as you'll see further on in my series, have backups. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Now, some people look at it as a prepper thing, but these lights have helped me out numerous times. Now, moving on to headlamps. I wanted a headlamp for my bailout bag. I wanted a small bag, something I can hike with. As you've seen, this is the Maxpedition Fat Boy. I've done a review on it. I've done a basic review of what is in the bag, including my flashlight. But I believe when I did that review, I wasn't happy with the light that I picked for a headlamp. And this brings me out to why I did this video. I wanted something that's light. Now, when you talk about a bailout bag, you don't want to have, you know, I'm going to have a flashlight that takes AAAs, but I carry a flashlight that takes CR123 batteries, and then I'm going to have a headlamp that takes, you know, small batteries, the AAAs. That means you have to carry spare batteries, and that's a lot of different types of batteries. So when I was looking into headlamps, I was carrying this Energizer headlamp. It's great. It has 300 lumens, multiple different settings, super bright. I ended up buying these for my kids during camping. Now, headlamps. Headlamps are probably some of the most useful lighting situations that you can have. All right, the option, it's everything is hands-free. Wherever you point your head, you have illumination. If I have a flat tire, and everyone has done that classic, anybody who's going to change their own tire has had to put one of these in your mouth because you need your hands free. Well, you don't need that. You don't need to do it when you have a headlamp. These headlamps, we use them for camping. In fact, this is now my son's headlamp. I have another one for my other son. And you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You have light. You're out camping. It'll scare off small critters. It allows you to be safe. You're not going to trip over tents, tent stakes, wires, all of those things. Now, with that said, what I wanted in the bag was something that I could get good illumination, not have to carry a bunch of different batteries. Now, I carry batteries in containers. We'll talk about those in a minute. I already have a spare flashlight in there that takes AA's. Now, I didn't want to have that flashlight with AA's and then have to carry AA's and then carry backup 123 batteries. I wanted something that was strong, durable, and not going to break the bank. I mean, I have really expensive rechargeable headlamps, like this Milwaukee, 450 lumen, super bright, but it's a rechargeable lithium. Now, I carry battery banks for that could charge a rechargeable flashlight, but it's just not practical. So it brought me back to thinking, hey, listen, I need something that's going to fit multiple roles, multiple situations, and I ended up going with this Nitecore. I will list the model number and Amazon link down below. Nitecore, they've been around for several years. They're well known in law enforcement. A lot of people's duty lights on their belts are Nitecores. I liked it because it's lightweight and it takes 2 AA batteries. Now it's 250 lumens. That would be for a headlamp that I'm going to use for hiking, multiple purposes, emergency situations. I don't want anything less than that. It needs to have multiple functions, emergency strobe, and it does it all. One of the benefits of this, not only is it light, on medium it lasts for hours. One package of batteries can re-up this and my handheld flashlight. It's less for me to carry. Okay? The cool thing about this Nitecore is how fast and easy it is to adjust. Its speed adjusters, super simple. I like it. It's small, it's compact, it doesn't take up too much room. I don't have to carry a third set of batteries with me. Fantastic light. We will have some shots in the dark of what the different lights look like so that you can be a judge for yourself. Hey, wow, that really does light up, or it's not the best, but it does bridge the gap for what I needed, my purpose. Emergency headlamp in my bailout bag. That was my choice. Now, are these other headlamps great? Sure. Excellent headlamp. Cheap, 2-pack, $29, Home Depot. Fantastic. My kids love them. I'm not a huge fan of their strap system. It's clumsy. It tends to pull itself back out. But for kids, joggers, not too bad. I don't like the single strip band that they have. This would be great if it was around like a baseball cap or something of that sort, but it will slide down on you because it has nothing on the top, unlike the Nitecore, which has a top strap. Next up, the most expensive light here was a gift from a buddy of mine. He had one. I was moving at the time, and I was like, wow, that's the cat's meow right there. This is a really nice light. With that said, it is uber heavy. It is extremely uncomfortable when it's on your head. These are really designed to go on a hard hat, as this material that sticks to plastic. Can it be worn on your regular head? Yes, it has some padding, but it just weighs a ton. Now, light output, it'll blind you. It lights up everything. It's fully adjustable. But what I have found, and as you can see, this is a used product. I use it all the time, especially when I'm out camping with the kids. It runs through the batteries really, really, really fast. And it takes a decent amount of time to recharge. Now, where it's lithium, and this is their red lithium, so it's supposed to be better in cold weather, lasts longer, more durable. It's all of those things. I would recommend it for a tradesman. I would recommend it for having in the car. That's where mine is. It's on my headrest, along with another one on my passenger headrest for emergencies. I can charge it in the car. It's excellent for the things that it does, but it is very cumbersome. If I'm trying to do a long walk home or a long hike, you're going to feel this. The Nitecore, it's a little less lumens, but also the weight. The weight is less. Pretty fantastic headlamp. Good choice though. Expensive. I think they go for roughly around $70 at Home Depot. If I can get one with a link, I will. Then you have your bargain basement. This is the Rayovac. Like I said, I think these both came together in a kit. I bought this long before I knew what a good headlamp was. Does it work? Sure. It's very low lumens. It barely lights up a path in pitch black, but it serves a purpose. And that purpose is if you had a flat tire, you lost power in your house, you can get around. It does light up enough to see. If you're on a budget, that's a budget light. And it'll work. Whole set, $19. Same batteries. Think about that, what I've been talking about with AA's. Now you'd carry a pack like this, AA's. You have 2 flashlights, and it gets you started. And then you can move forward to a bigger and better light once you have your kits or your purpose set forth. Then you have super budget. I keep these. I have them in my roadside kit. You snap them. You can signal. You can light up a little area. You can clip them onto a bag to light up and illuminate your bag so you know where it is in the dark. You can hang them on tent stakes, tent wires. They're so purposeful. You can mark things. Hey, there was a really big hole. I barely saw it with my headlamp. Maybe somebody else will fall in it, crack it, throw it in the hole. It'll illuminate the hole. Somebody won't step in it, won't twist an ankle. Say you are on a bailout situation. You need to mark, the entrance to the area that you're hiding out in camp, vice versa. Now, that shit hits the fan situation. These are great. Snap one, throw it at the trailhead. It's a location that others should know where it is, that you're meeting up with in your group. Perfect. These last, I know they say usually like 6 hours. I've had these last all night. They tend to last longer than what the packaging says. These were $1 at Home Depot, right in the flashlight section. Super, super good buy. They're really durable as well. Now we're going to move on to backup batteries. Now, it's a very budget way of doing it. When I bought this flashlight, it came with this battery backup case. Cheap Chinese, Taiwanese made battery case. But it serves its purpose. You're not fishing around in your bag to try and find loose batteries. They're not touching, they're not running the batteries out. It just makes sense. All right. I used to do the whole throw a little duct tape on some batteries, throw them in, put them in a little plastic baggie to keep them dry, moisture off. If it doesn't come with the flashlight, buy it. They're $2. It is a game changer. Now, these are cheap. This one came with the headlamp, my Nitecore headlamp. I will send you the link on that. Now, I have enough batteries for several days to run my devices. My headlamp, my extra flashlight, my regular combat light, and normally if I'm working, I have my spare batteries for my weapons light and my flashlight in this really cool Thyme battery case. This is the 3 CR123 battery case. They also make a double stack, which will carry 6 batteries. I might pick one up. We'll do a review on that. These are waterproof. And a great thing with these, if you don't want it for batteries, you can keep anything you can fit in it waterproof. So if you have medication, you have documentation, it's very small, but you can throw basically a little evade kit together inside of one of these. Some money, maybe a small little pocket knife, and make yourself an interesting little kit. I would suggest probably the double stacked version for that, and it's pretty discreet. Not many people would know what that is. But you can also click it for anyone in law enforcement or the military. It will slide into body armor, close shut in your molly. Excellent, excellent tool. Same company that makes the finger loop. Now, one thing about that finger loop is, people say, what if they grab the flashlight? It will break free, so you can't break your finger. Now, with that said, what a rule that I have is, things that you're going to carry should be powered off of one type of battery. Where I have a weapons light and I also carry a defensive flashlight, I need to carry 2 types of batteries. So, say I forget my battery backup that I normally carry in my bailout bag that I have with me, I'm going to be able to be covered. I can re-up my flashlight 2 times, or my flashlight and my weapons light. Another thing that you can think of, say you do want to go the route of a rechargeable, you can carry a battery backup. This is a cheap wireless gear battery backup. It is 5,000 milliamps. This will recharge that headlamp. It will also recharge your cell phone. That's primarily what I have it. And also, some of these, you can even get a built-in little flashlight. I don't want to waste this recharging that really bright headlamp. So we're going to cut to some shots of it in the dark. So here we go. We're going to start off with the Rayovac headlamp. So as you can see, with just a headlamp alone in the dark, sorry about the traffic noise in the back, but in the dark, it does not produce a whole lot of usable light. Okay, on our favorite trail here, just after work, on skating around on some ice. I love New England. 50 degrees out, still ice on the trail. But
just a headlight alone and a small diffuse light on the GoPro, just so that we could get that twilight hour. As you can see, it lights it up a little bit. Now I'm going to add the regular flashlight. As you can see, off into the woods, it's very limited. But in darker conditions, pitch black, this would come up just a hair bit better, but not by much. All right, so we're going to move on next to a different headlight. So this is now our 300 lumen Energizer headlamp. As you can see, much better. It's pretty bright. You can really see where you're going in the dark. We're also going to pair that now with our Streamlight AA flashlight. As you can see, that gives us our beam that is much better than a Rayovac. I can see into the woods. I would feel comfortable making a judgment in darkness, whereas without it, so this next headlamp, as you can see, much brighter. This is the 450 lumen Milwaukee headlamp. I put on a baseball cap because if you're not wearing anything underneath it, it is trash for your head. It will literally make a mark, because these are really designed to be used with a hard hat. Other than that, the only other disagreement that I have with this headlamp to be packed, other than it is rechargeable, you can take the back off and pop a new battery that's another rechargeable battery, provided you want to pay, $60 for a second backup battery. I think that is just horseshit. And you still have to rely on it to be recharged. It is heavy and clunky and just not something you want to wear on your head for long periods of time under the move, walking, jogging, running. But again, it is a headlamp. It's super powerful. It's very well adjustable for up and down, positive in its hold pattern. It does have multiple settings. I will run through them. That is your medium setting. That is your low setting. That is off. That is spot, where you can really direct a beam pattern, and I love that feature. I just wish the headlamp itself was just a little bit lighter, and that's on full, so you get a little bit more of a wide pattern, just not as far in the distance. Now I'm going to pair that with my 1000 lumen, and that will light up the night. From Fenix. Giggle switch. Excellent light, but you're thinking a headlamp of this quality and a flashlight, you're looking at around 150 bucks. That's a lot to throw in a bag that you may or may not use. Hopefully you never have to use a bag like I've created to get you anywhere. But it should be a quality product. So this is the Nitecore headlamp. I'll leave that link again in the description. It is pretty fantastic. The beam pattern on high, is it as good or better than the Milwaukee? No, the Milwaukee's almost 500 lumens, but this does give you a nice clear white light. I can see the ground, I can see where I'm stepping, all on 2 AA batteries. That is pretty fantastic and well worth the money. I think it was $39 on Amazon. I'll leave the link. I think it's a fantastic use. Again, if I'm using this light and I don't have any other light sources, I have my backup Streamlight to get myself a little bit more distance into the dark. That's pretty fantastic. Now, a feature on this headlamp that I do like as well is it does have a very light mode. So, on light mode, it is just bright enough to see your hand or read a document without blinding you. So if I have to look at my watch, I have just enough light to look at my watch versus, okay, now I have to look at my watch with the blinding headlamp on and I can't see my watch. It's a good feature. And I love everything about this light. It's super light. It puts out a decent beam, not the best. I imagine their rechargeable Nitecores have a better beam, but for the money and for the intended use, this is pretty good. Now, if I take my work light, which is a Streamlight, 500 lumen, I can really see far into the woods. I can really light up this trail for momentary. Okay, I thought I saw something move, boom, okay, nothing. Giggle switch on that one, very similar to the Fenix, but if I have to momentarily, light up a pathway, I can light up 50 yards and see straight down that path. It's a pretty fantastic light.
So as you saw from that footage, that's why I selected these specific items. And you saw a little progression in the journey of getting to what I like. So hopefully this video brought you some good suggestions, some rock solid equipment. And if you're looking for lighting for your camping, your trips, your emergency bags, your car emergency kit, these are my suggestions. You cannot go wrong with the Nitecore systems. Streamlight, extra batteries, and some chem lights. So that's it for tonight from Northeast 360. Keep moving forward.